I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease.
Mm-hmm.
This was around, I believe, a little bit more than 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was horrible getting that diagnose because it changed my life so completely. Um, Everything was just turned upside down,
Mm.
and I didn't know what to do. And I remember so specifically because I had a colonoscopy, and the doctor told me that you have Crohn's disease. And I said, "What is that?" "Well, you can't get rid of it."
Mm-hmm.
And it shocked me, and he got me like this pamphlet or a booklet to read on my way home about what I have gotten. And I felt like, okay, this is over.
Terrible. How old were you?
Well, then I was probably like 26, maybe.
26, and you're about 36 now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And you're from where?
Sweden, Stockholm,
Stockholm,
Sweden.
Stockholm, Sweden, right? So you got this diagnosis, you're in your mid 20s,
Mm.
and you're thinking, this is it. I'm going to have this for the rest of my life. There's nothing I can do about it. And you went through a number of years, maybe 8 years before,
Yeah.
before you even found the S.H.I.E.L.D program or decided to give us a try.
Mm.
And what were those years like?
Like every other person that has some form of IBD, I have tried it all. Like,
Yeah.
it feels like you have tried it all, but the thing is, it's like this big puzzle, and there's a lot of puzzle pieces, and you have to fit all of them together. And you have also this, my kind of puzzle is not the same as your puzzle, and mine contains a lot more pieces of puzzle parts. So you have to really cherry pick everything that suits you,
Yes.
and you need guidance for it. So I tried it all, and everything has failed.
How skeptical were you?
To be honest, I thought this sounded too good to be true,
Yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
I had to give it a shot. So financially, I couldn't afford it, but my fiance gave it to me.
Wow.
Like, I know that this is going to help you. I believe in it. You need to work with him. This is my gift to you.
Wow. And on top of it, of like this has to work. We're putting the money we have into this. You are a very severe case. What kind of symptoms were you experiencing when you joined the program?
Well, just this urgent diarrhea all the time. I had bowel movements. I went to the bathroom, toilet around 20 times per day. Bloody diarrhea. I shit myself.
Yep.
Like bloated, a
Yep.
lot of gas, brain fog,
Brain
fatigue.
fog, swelling in the body, tons of mucus, tons of urgency. You also had bowel movements through the night, 5 to 8 bowel movements through the night, so you weren't sleeping.
I hadn't slept for I think 2 years or something. It was just horrible.
It was just going on and on and on. So I remember you would text me like, "Dane, me and you are like the same," because that's how it was for me. 20 bloody bowel movements a day, 5 bowel movements at night, losing weight. You had hair loss, you had hemorrhoids, you had night sweats, terrible night sweats.
Yeah.
Zero energy, of course, can't eat anything. And when we joined, you went on a high dose of prednisone, which helped. Had prednisone helped in the past too? That was like one of the things that kind of calmed it down when you used the high dose prednisone?
Yeah. It felt like everything was stable.
Yeah.
It came with a consequence.
Yeah. And so you couldn't keep going back to the prednisone year after year. And every time you got the prednisone, it just went back to terrible.
Yeah, definitely. And in 2 years in a row, I was hospitalized for 7 days, 2 summers in a row, just going off that medicine and just keep trying to live without medicine. And I had a lot of the bacteria as well, which showed in the later
infections.
Yeah.
You're going through hell. 2 years. You've been dealing with this for 10 years or 8 years at the time. And you get in the S.H.I.E.L.D program.
Yeah.
And you're coming up the prednisone and your symptoms are coming back.
Yes.
So we're trying to use the S.H.I.E.L.D program to help not go to get absolutely worse. And you were starting to get a little more symptoms back, a little bit more symptoms back while you're trying to build your plan. And what was that like?
I had so much faith in my coach, Arman.
Coach
Was my
Armand,
yeah,
how
and
important was he?
it was so important. It was important. It was just because I remember him. This just the biggest thing that the biggest lesson that I got from him was that he was my coach, and he was a really good one. But he was like this. He told me, "I'm the driver's instructor. You have to drive the car yourself."
Yeah.
And that really got me, because I need to change my life. I need to take control of the situation. I need to
Yep.
control of my life. And that really got me. And so it was just easier to trust in this,
Yeah.
in the Shield.
So it wasn't overwhelming.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like I'm not completely helpless.
Yes.
I'm not completely helpless anymore.
Yes.
Do this by myself. I can learn. I can give. I've been given a toolbox
Mhm.
and instructions, and I can experiment. And I can find my own way. I can find my own pieces of the puzzle to make my own picture.
You can find your own way, but not alone.
No, exactly.
It's been a year and a half since you joined the program.
Mhm.
We're coming on 18 months in March. It's the end of February. What are your symptoms now?
Well, I go to the toilet 1 to 3 times per day.
Wow. 1 to 3 normal, no blood, no urgency, no mucus, no diarrhea. You're sleeping through the night.
Yeah. Now I do.
Gained all your weight back. No night sweats.
Yeah. No night sweats.
Any prednisone.
No.
No medications.
No medications.
And can you eat a normal, healthy, organic diet from the earth?
Yeah.
Do you worry about where a bathroom is?
No. And that is the biggest part. It's so refreshing to have a life that you don't have to constantly map out in your brain where the bathroom is. And every place, okay, I need to take a bus. If I have to go anywhere, I need to get off on this stop to go to the bathroom if I'm going to continue. That was my mind before.
Mm-hmm. And so all of that's normal. And it seems too good to be true.
Mm.
Your biggest worry was it was too good to be true. We're here 18 months later.
Yeah.
And now you're doing a testimony where others are saying it's too good to be true.
Yeah. But it is true. It's true.
Is it hard work?
Yes, it is.
It's not linear. You have to keep changing, keep refining, keep learning.
Yeah.
But it's 100% worth it.
It is.
Because you got your life back and you're empowered. If something happened tomorrow, you can do something about it.
Yes, definitely. And that has happened when trying out new supplements or new food. You maybe experience a speed bump, but you never let it go any further. You know what it's like, and you pause and you just tweak it a little bit and you move on.
Beautiful. And if you found that, so you can go to restaurants, you can eat different foods, but you understand food philosophy, you understand how to look at food, assess its risk, understand stress, understand what root causes might make your body freak out.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that process. You came in, and I'm looking at your notes because we always keep notes on your progress through the journey. And you came in September of 2022, and by November, you were starting to get, by the end of November, December, so it's right around December, early December, let's say, is when you started getting control. So about 3 months, you were coming off the prednisone. And a hard thing is when you're coming off the prednisone, your body's going through a harder time. Like when you go from 20 milligrams to 15 milligrams, you might lose stability, and you have to work your natural plan even better.
I did not know that.
It's like, and your plan has to be even more specific and more empowered, and you have to go slow or it can really mess up your body. So as you were coming off the prednisone, you were having these little bumps, your body's hitting. But about December, And then by, I think, February, you had gotten rid of all the symptoms, all the medication, and you had seems like seemingly stabilized from here.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it was like you were good end of November, starting to get better. December, starting to get really good. February, this is consistent. I can keep this up. I've gotten rid of blood. I've gotten rid of gas. I've gotten rid of cramping. I've gotten rid of urgency, mucus, sleeping through the night. And that was February of 2023, which is 1 year ago.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to highlight that you think really helped you? That if anyone out there listening and really relating with your case could say, man, this thing really helped me.
Oh, yeah. It might be different for everyone, but the meditation was a big part for my healing because, for one, the urgency for me was just a part in my brain signaling that I'm not safe. And the meditation really helped with that. Even if there's a lot of going on with the body, getting rid of bacteria and the viral load, etc., that won't be as effective when it wasn't for me if you still believe it might not work. It's still good to do everything, and it's a piece of the puzzle as well. But for me, it was a piece of the puzzle as well. It's just to work with your mind, you have to know that it works. And what you said once was that you have to choose a life that you want to be happy in. You want to choose a life that you feel free in, and that comes from the mind. So meditation for me was a big factor.
Did you find that viruses were also one of those root issues for you?
Yeah, definitely.
So treating those viruses, do you think that's one of the big ways how you got that colon to calm down?
Yes, everything is but that's the thing. Everything is a big thing in the part of the process. You have to have everything.
Yeah. S.H.I.E.L.D.
S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's why we call it S.H.I.E.L.D, baby. It's not one thing. It's your customized plan. You got to be able to build that defense. Marcus, do you now feel like a free man?
Yeah, I do.
Do you feel like a sick person?
No. I never do. It's just that when something happens, it's just information that I need to tweak to not feel that. But no, I'm not a sick person.
And even today, you can still come on live training, still be a part of the program. This program doesn't just end with your coach. You're a part of it for life.
Yeah, and that feels really, really good as well, to have that community, to have that.
It's not just access to videos or a training. It's you have a live, living, conscious community.
Yeah.
And live trainings. You can come on at any time on your phone, your computer, say hello, talk to others.
It's like a new family.
Yeah. Do you think there was any way you could have just done this without Coach Armand? Just going through the videos or program, how important was that coach?
It was really, really important. And the thing is, maybe you can do it by yourself, but I certainly couldn't. And he really stuck up for me.
And gave you that protocol.
He gave me that protocol and that push and that support that I really needed. I couldn't have done it without him, no.
And was your fiance surprised when you started getting better? Was she like flabbergasted or?
Just something to celebrate every day.
Oh man, what a beautiful, Marcus, I'm so happy for you, man. What a beautiful experience.
Thank you.
Marcus, I'm so excited about your journey and what you've been able to do. I know you're from Sweden. Is there anything you'd like to say to anyone out there around the world in your native tongue about healing or the S.H.I.E.L.D. program or any advice to them?
Yeah, sure. Vad som än händer, ge inte upp. Jag vet att man kanske har testat allting. Det hade jag också. Men alla är verkligen olika. Men här får du får verkligen den hjälp som du behöver. S.H.I.E.L.D. har gett mig så otroligt mycket. Och det är den bästa gåvan jag har fått av min käraste. Så att jag kan inte vara mer än lycklig, för att jag har verkligen fått tillbaka mitt liv. Så att jag är så himla tacksam för allting som jag har gått igenom. Det var en mening med det. Så joina verkligen. Om du kan så gör det.